You know that dream, right? The one where you could just learn a new language or maybe how to play the guitar simply by listening to a recording while you sleep? Today, we're going to figure out if that's real science or just, well, science fiction. The thought that we could just download new skills or knowledge without any of the hard work? Who wouldn't want that? You just put on some headphones, drift off listening to French vocabulary, and poof, you wake up practically fluent. Yeah, if only it were that easy. The scientific reality is way more interesting than the fantasy, and honestly, it's something you can actually use. Because the real role sleep plays in learning, it's not what you think. Your brain is running drills all night long on things you've already started to learn during the day. Researchers at Harvard set up this really clever experiment. They trained a bunch of volunteers on a specific motor skill, kind of like typing a particular pattern. Then they split the group in two. Half of them got to take a nap, and the other half had to stay awake. The group that stayed awake, they didn't get any better at all. But the nap group? Whoa, they were way faster and much more accurate. And that's just from a single short nap. Well, brain scans gave us the answer. The exact same parts of the brain they used for the task were firing up and replaying the patterns while they slept. Your brain literally keeps practicing, even when you're completely checked out. Okay, so sleep makes us better at what we've already learned. But what about getting us ready for the future? Well, it turns out sleep is also crucial for prepping your brain to soak up brand new information. Researchers in Japan actually discovered this special set of brain cells they call engram-to-be neurons. A good way to think about them is like a construction crew that only works the night shift. Your brain isn't just passive when you sleep, it's actively laying down new, fresh wiring. What that means is, when you go to learn something new the next day, the pathways are already there, primed and ready to lock that new information into place. All right, so it strengthens old skills and it preps us for new ones. But can sleep actually create brand new ideas out of thin air? Can it solve a problem that you were completely stuck on? The answer is a big yes. Here's how scientists figured this out. They gave a group of volunteers some really tricky puzzles. Then they just had them rest for a bit, and they let some of them drift off to sleep. And the result here is pretty stunning. The people who managed to get into a specific stage of sleep, it's called N2 sleep, were more than twice as likely to figure out the hidden trick to the puzzle after they woke up. So what's the magic trick? Well, it comes down to these short, powerful little bursts of brain activity called sleep spindles. During that N2 sleep stage, they're actively working to rewire your brain, building new bridges between ideas you never connected before. That's what gives you the breakthrough. Okay, for our last point, we're going to talk about something that might sound a little backwards. To learn really well, you don't just have to remember things, you also have to forget. You see, while you're asleep, your brain goes through this process of pruning. Sure, it makes the important connections stronger, but it also actively weakens and just gets rid of the useless stuff, all the random noise and mental clutter from your day. And this selective deleting is absolutely critical. I mean, without it, our brains would be totally swamped with trivia, and real learning would be impossible. Forgetting literally clears the way for the things that actually matter. So let's circle all the way back to where we started. That sci-fi dream of passively learning a language overnight? Yeah, that's gonna stay a dream, at least for now. The real takeaway from all of this incredible research is a really simple, it's this. You don't learn while you sleep. You learn because you sleep. Sleep is the active, essential process that reinforces, prepares, connects, and cleans up everything you do when you're awake. Pretty amazing stuff to think about tonight.